you're probably all aware that we did come from the X Factor. So, you know, it was basically back then, during the middle course of the show, it was my mum's idea, practically just a thought in her head. Obviously, we all had our own individual colours, and she was like, with these colours, you could literally, you know, do something to help people as well as, you know, the music and everything like this. And we've all got younger siblings and that kind of stuff that look up to us. My mum works a lot with single mums and young families and things like that. So she said, obviously, it's a very big thing in the UK, explaining to me that obviously sexual health and, you know, all the unwanted pregnancies and unplanned pregnancies and stuff like that. So it was just the seed of an idea, basically planting in our heads.
Poor Britney. Just as the singer finally looks like her life's back on track, there's new trouble on the way. The singer is now being sued by a former bodyguard who, among other things, claims he was sexually harassed by Britney. Fernando Flores, a former cop, only started working for Brit back in February, but has since quit his job. He's now accusing the singer of sexual harassment and intentional infliction of emotional distress, seeking unspecified damages. According to papers filed at LA's Superior Court on Wednesday, Flores claims 28-year-old Britney exposed herself to him on several occasions. The lawsuit also makes serious allegations of abuse towards her children. Flores claims to have witnessed how the singer would punish Sean Preston and Jaden James with his belt and act inappropriately in front of them. Britney's already had to deal with allegations by former staff in the past. Back in 2007, her former bodyguard, Tony Barretto, also accused the star of erratic behaviour. The Spears team has not commented yet on the allegations. However, a lawyer of her ex-husband, Kevin Federline, has branded the accusations as baseless and described them as merely a product of economic motives.
It's official. Piers Morgan is going to replace CNN's chat show veteran Larry King. The former newspaper editor, who was famously sacked from his old job at the Daily Mirror back in 2004, has since made a career as a TV personality and is now about to become the king of US telly. Piers, who's taking over from King next January, says he feels honoured to step into the legendary chat show host's shoes, describing it as the biggest thrill of his life. It's thought the 4-year contract is worth more than £5.5 million. The name of the new show, which will broadcast in more than 200 countries, is as yet unknown. News of a possible deal came after it was reported in the US that NBC, who make America's Got Talent, had agreed to share Piers with CNN. He's already proved a big hit with audiences on the AGT panel, alongside Sharon Osbourne and David Hasselhoff. His NBC deal had previously prevented him from taking on extra work that clashed with America's Got Talent. But it seems now all that's been resolved. Piers is also expected to continue making one-off shows for ITV, but what the new deal means for his future work on Britain's Got Talent is unclear. Guess we've got to wait and see.
Last time it was all about Chipmunks, JLS and N-Dubs, but for this year's MOBO Awards, the smart money's on Tinie Tempah. Yep, hats off to the frisky one, who's landed an impressive 4 nominations.
To be quite honest, man, I'm still trying to work my head around the fact that that's happened, man. I mean, I literally just left the studio and just came here and it's like... So, you know, I'm overwhelmed. Thank you guys so much, man. Thank you.
Just over 6 months after dropping his first single, Pass Out, he's in the running for Best Newcomer, Best UK Act, Song and Video. It means the South Londoner is head and shoulders above his competition, for once. He'll be going up against the likes of Professor Green, Dizzy Rascal, The Dubs and Plan B, though, who've all scored 3 nods each. And Chip Diddy Chip and JLS haven't escaped a mention with 2.
Everyone's going to get acknowledged for their achievements, you know what I'm saying? Whoever gets the most votes, go ahead and win it, you know what I mean? And represent for all of us, and it's like, it's a good time. I'm just happy to still be a part of it.
The annual prize-giving celebrating music of black origin is now in its 15th year, and those who followed the event, like fellow nominee Scorcher, reckon it's grown.
I remember it being like a really underground thing, you know what I mean? But now it's just like good music, you know what I mean? You know, it just shows you how far black music has actually grown and expanded, so it's great.
The envelope opening will be kicking off in Liverpool on October 20th. They've got a lot to live up to after the show Glasgow put on in 2009, but the stars reckon those Liverpudlians can do it.
Shout out to all the Scousers out there, it's going to be crazy.
much. Like we've just come off stage and gone everywhere, so it hasn't sunken in, to be honest. So there's kind of a lot of disbelief, but it's incredible, so incredible. Very thankful.
I think disbelief is a good thing. I genuinely wasn't expecting to hear our name. I was like genuinely not. Just sort of like looked at both of them. We just sort of like, is this happening?
I had my money on Wild Beasts and Laura Marling, to be honest, and they performed so incredibly. There were so many incredible performances, Kareem Ray especially as well. And the incredible, just I really wouldn't have been sore in the slightest if we hadn't won. I'm kind of hoping to put it at the back of my head, and we've got our last tour coming up in 2 weeks around the States. When we come home, and we're going to kind of move out of our houses and get our own homes, and hopefully just take things slowly and see what happens. There's no master plan, but we do hope to have a second record at some point.
I think we're all very excited to make new music, really.